Listen closely, because this may be the most important question you face in your entire adult life. Why is your life getting harder even though everything is getting easier? Why do you feel more stressed even though the world keeps inventing things to make you comfortable? And why is it that the more comfort we gain, the more miserable we become? This is not an accident, it is not a coincidence. And if you stay with me for the next few minutes, you will see why comfort, the very thing you crave, the very thing society promises, and the very thing we are told to pursue, is quietly destroying your potential, your mind, your health, and your identity. This is a perspective on the comfort crisis that goes beyond motivation, beyond self-help, beyond anything you have heard about the book. Because today we are going deeper into a truth most people are too afraid to admit. Modern comfort is not a gift, it is a trap, and you are living inside it without even knowing it. In 2025, the world has never been more convenient. You can order food without moving your legs. You can talk to thousands of people without opening your mouth. You can solve loneliness with a swipe and boredom with a tap. And yet, people feel more anxious, more emotionally unstable, more mentally fragile, and more disconnected from themselves than at any point in human history. The rise of comfort has created a generation searching for meaning while drowning in convenience. And that is not your fault, it is by design, because comfort is profitable, it is predictable, it is controllable, and it keeps you quiet and compliant while your life becomes smaller and your resilience becomes weaker. In The Comfort Crisis, Michael Easter talks about the dangers of a life too easy. But I want to take you to a deeper layer, the layer underneath the one most readers see, the layer that reveals how comfort rewires your psychology in ways you never notice. Comfort teaches you to avoid friction, avoid challenge, avoid uncertainty, avoid anything that demands emotional strength, and without knowing it, you become someone who survives life instead of living it. Your brain adapts to the path of least resistance, and soon your life becomes a loop of predictable choices, predictable emotions, predictable outcomes, and predictable disappointments. You feel stuck not because you are incapable, but because comfort has numbed your ability to tolerate anything difficult, and your mind is silently shrinking from a lack of meaningful stress. We are living in a time where people panic when their phone battery hits 20%. People break down emotionally when someone disagrees with them online. People quit when something feels uncomfortable for more than 30 seconds. Modern society has normalized avoidance to the point that discomfort now feels like danger. And that is why life feels heavier even though everything is easier. You are losing the muscle that helps you carry the weight of existence. The psychological muscle built through challenge, pressure, and endurance. The very muscle your ancestors depended on for survival. But today we live in temperature-controlled rooms, algorithm-filtered realities, dopamine-engineered entertainment, and schedules designed to keep you comfortable but never fulfilled. Easter's journey into the Alaskan wilderness was not just a physical challenge, it was a psychological detox, a reset from the endless noise and comfort of modern life. But here is the deeper truth most people miss. Comfort has not only softened our bodies, it has softened our worldview, it has softened our emotional capacity, it has softened our belief in ourselves. And the real crisis is not that we are too comfortable, but that we trust comfort more than we trust ourselves. When things are too easy, we lose the ability to believe that we can handle anything hard. And once that happens, you become dependent on comfort the way an addict becomes dependent on a drug. Think about your own life. How many decisions do you avoid because they feel uncomfortable? How many opportunities have you dismissed because they stretched you too far? How many relationships have you sabotaged because emotional vulnerability felt too risky? How many times have you chosen the quick dopamine hit instead of the slow, meaningful growth? We all say we want something meaningful, but we chase what is convenient. We claim we want purpose, but we settle for entertainment. We say we want connection, but we retreat into our screens. We want confidence, but avoid situations that force us to build it. And this is how comfort quietly steals your life while convincing you it is protecting you. The modern world has engineered the illusion that ease equals happiness, but deep inside, you know that is a lie. Because the things that made you proud, the things that changed you, the things that shaped your identity, were the moments of discomfort, the moments when you pushed past fear, when you failed and tried again, when you endured something difficult and came out stronger. Discomfort is not the enemy. It is the birthplace of every version of you that you respect. Your best memories come from moments when you stepped outside the boundaries of ease. Your worst regrets come from the moments you stayed inside them. The Comfort Crisis is not just a book, it is a mirror. It forces you to confront how easily you have traded your power for convenience, how often you choose comfort over courage without realizing it, and how much of your potential is locked behind your relationship with discomfort. But here is the perspective that goes beyond the book. The real crisis is not that comfort exists. The crisis is that you have been conditioned to believe that discomfort is a sign something is wrong, when in reality, discomfort is a sign something is growing, something is expanding, something is shifting, something inside you is waking up. The Western world is now facing a silent epidemic of mental fragility, emotional emptiness, and identity confusion. Not because society is harder, but because society is too easy. Life used to demand strength, but now you must volunteer for strength. Your ancestors did not choose discomfort, it was built into survival. But today you must deliberately choose it, and most people never do. Because comfort seduces you with the easiest lie. The lie that you can live a meaningful life without ever being uncomfortable. But meaning demands discomfort. Purpose demands discomfort. Self-respect demands discomfort. Everything you want but do not have exists on the other side of voluntary discomfort. This is where people misunderstand the message. Escaping comfort does not mean chasing pain. It means reclaiming the parts of yourself that comfort has numbed. It means intentionally stepping into spaces that challenge your mind, your body, your beliefs, and your limits. It means doing hard things not for suffering, but for expansion. It means choosing the uncomfortable conversation instead of pretending everything is fine. Choosing the bigger opportunity instead of staying where you feel safe. Choosing the difficult habit instead of the easy distraction. Choosing the path that grows you instead of the path that calms you temporarily. Let's talk about your habits, because this is where comfort hides the most. Comfort sits in your phone addiction, in your scrolling, in your processed food consumption, in your passive entertainment, in your avoidance of silence, in your need for constant stimulation, in your fear of boredom. Boredom used to be the birthplace of creativity. Now boredom feels like withdrawal because comfort has turned your brain into a dopamine junkie. You are not lazy, you are overstimulated. And the cure is not more motivation. The cure is building a tolerance for discomfort, a tolerance for silence, a tolerance for boredom, a tolerance for effort, a tolerance for frustration. Because these are the internal muscles comfort has weakened. A once-a-year challenge that tests your limits. But here is the deeper truth most people ignore. You do not need a wilderness adventure to reset your life. You need to confront the micro-comforts that have accumulated over years and quietly made you weaker. You need to do things that your modern brain resists because your ancient biology requires it. You need to walk when you can ride. You need to lift instead of scrolling. You need to eat what fuels you instead of what comforts you. You need to face conflict instead of running from it. You need to sit in silence instead of numbing your mind with noise. You need to feel your emotions instead of hiding behind distractions. You need to experience challenge so you can experience yourself. The deeper perspective on the comfort crisis is this. Comfort has given us everything except the things that matter. It has given us convenience, but not courage. Safety, but not strength. Pleasure, but not purpose. Distraction, but not direction. Stimulation, but not satisfaction. The world has become comfortable at the cost of our humanity. Because everything that makes you human grows from discomfort. Resilience grows from discomfort. Patience grows from discomfort. Emotional intelligence grows from discomfort. Discipline grows from discomfort. Wisdom grows from discomfort. And comfort is slowly killing the very qualities that allow you to thrive. But here is the turning point. Once you understand the comfort trap, you can break it. And when you break it, you become someone society can no longer control with ease. You become someone whose identity is not shaped by convenience. You become someone who can handle pressure, who can make difficult decisions, who can withstand emotional storms, who can push through obstacles, who can survive uncertainty, who can walk into the world knowing that you are not fragile, you are not weak, you are not dependent on ease. You are capable of holding discomfort without breaking. And that is the type of person who succeeds in this new world. Because let's be honest, the world is changing fast. Automation is rising. Attention spans are collapsing. Stress levels are exploding. Competition is global. And only the mentally strong will thrive in this environment. The people who depend on comfort will crumble. The people who embrace discomfort will rise. The people who develop resilience will lead. The people who stay curious instead of comfortable will innovate. The people who choose growth over ease will shape the future. And the people who learn how to be uncomfortable on purpose will become unstoppable. You are not meant to live a life of constant ease. Ease is the reward that follows effort, not the lifestyle that replaces it. Comfort should be a moment, not a home. A pause, not a default. A gift, not a prison. And when you understand this, you unlock the part of your identity that comfort has been suppressing for years. The part of you that is brave. The part of you that is disciplined. The part of you that is alive. So let me ask you the question again. Why is your life getting harder even though everything is getting easier? Now you know the answer. Because comfort is not making your life better, it's making you smaller. And if you want to break free, if you want to reclaim your potential, your peace, your resilience, and your identity, you must choose discomfort. Not because it is painful, but because it is the only path that leads back to you. This is the deeper message of the comfort crisis. The message most people miss. The message that can shift your entire worldview. Comfort is not the enemy, but living in comfort is. And the moment you take responsibility for stepping outside it, your life begins again. If this resonated with you, if you felt something inside you wake up even for a second, I want you to do 4 things right now. Like this video, comment your thoughts below, subscribe to the channel, and turn on the notification bell so you do not miss the next upload. Because we are just getting started, and this journey will change you in the best possible way.